Everyone, today it's a day that I'm going to show you. I promised to show you how I'm making this art alive. So let's begin. I'm going to demonstrate the cool part. Yesterday, I scrubbed the wood. This is how I do it. With this sponge here, prepare the surface. I don't want to make too much dust now. I already painted the backside, olive oil color, as I told you, to protect the wood. And today, we're going to try and make a new design that I made. Another lines in the dark, this one. So sometimes I sketch on wood, sometimes I prepare it on the computer, design it, and put it on and just trace it step by step. I usually enjoy creating on top of the wood immediately like a sketch, but this is a more secure way, let's say. Let me see what I want this to be. I'm going to try and demonstrate fast. So now we're trying to get the design on wood. It doesn't have to be exactly the same because the mixture that I make with the aluminum is not going to be exactly on the lines. We're just trying to get the shape. So the next step would be to make my mixture. I prepared already the aluminum. I melted it, put it in here. I've got the plaster with me, a little bit of water, some chemicals. And we're going to try to create this new piece together. Let's see. I'm only going to take 15 minutes of your time, hopefully. If it's more, then it's more. I remember tracing like this since I was very young. Still enjoy making it. It's fun. So we don't care about all the lines. We improvise a little bit. Let's see how we're doing. Perfect. Let's do the hands. I hope you can see what this is. I'm going to try and show you later, or preferably before we add the mixture. As soon as we add the mixture, it takes 24 hours to dry. It has liquid glue in it, and this is why it stays. Moving on, a little bit more on top, and maybe twisting it. Looking good. Let's see what we did on wood. Great, we're missing some parts. Here it is. Let's repeat this part. I don't have enough space here, so I would be able to show you guys how I make these. So I'm trying to squeeze everything in a small space. And I'm getting a bit disoriented, but it's worth it. Now you'll get a better picture of how I make them. So this is a woman's figure again. Projecting to the back. I would like you to find a name for her instead of just lines in the dark. I'll make you responsible of finding a name. If you'd like to join in the comments there. So this is basically not the first step, the second step in my process. It takes 3 days. One day is the preparation, the second day is the fun part. This is the day with the fun part. As soon as it dries tomorrow, I'm going to paint on it. I'll cover everything on top, preferably black for this design. And then I'm going to remove the color with chemicals. So whatever is relief, it's going to be the aluminum. Great. Perfect. If you have comments or questions, I'll be glad to answer them at the end of this demonstration, because now I've got my eyes on the project. Usually I have music, but because I'm live in Instagram and Facebook at this moment, I can't have music. Hope I did. There you go. It's not fun if you don't have music. There you go. Or at least it's not as fun. Perfect. The little details are the most difficult part to make. You will see this mixture is going to be very liquid in the beginning, and then because of the artistic plaster in it, it's going to start getting harder and harder, and that's when I'm going to do the details. So I think we're done with the design. Let's check it out. Yes, yes, we're not missing anything. Let's see if it looks good. Looks good to me. I don't know if you're able to see it, but I can still see it, so that's okay. Yeah, I think it's obvious. Great, let's do the mixture now. So here is all our liquid, the aluminum liquid plaster. I don't know if you can see clearly. And let's add now. Now, because I've been doing this for about 5 years successfully, I am able to catch with the eye the density of my mixture to make sure it's correct. So it takes a lot of mixing. Give me a moment. It needs to be very, very smooth. Working on it. Kind of fun as well. But we only have 2 minutes to complete this part. Let me see if I like it. Great. So not too liquidish, if you can see. I think it's good. Let me mix it a little bit, a couple of more minutes. All the hard job is on the preparation yesterday. As I said before, melting the aluminum, sustaining it in a liquid form, scrubbing the wood, painting it on the back, protecting it. And this is the creative part, let's say. Maybe in the future I'll do another painting and I'll show you the third step as well, as I scrub off the paint and I make the background colors. I think I like what I've got here. What do you think, guys? I know you've got no idea. You'll get some idea now. All right, these are the tools I use. I call them artistic spatulas. I don't know if, I'm not exactly sure if you call them the same way. Mixing a little bit more. So now I will start with the parts that have more because it's more liquid. Adding drop by drop, as you can see. Takes some practice, it took me 2 years, so here we go. So as you can see, because of chemicals, the metal will appear as it dries. You see the bubbles, oxygen trapped inside. I'm going to have to be blowing it a little bit. I'm not going to tell you all the secrets, but I'll let you guess some of them. And still, I will need a name for this beautiful creature I created. A new design, it's not in the website. And I've got a few more ideas. Wish I had more time though. So some people, when they come and visit me on the art shows, they're like, "Oh, are you melting pieces? And do you have molds?" I'm like, "No, I don't. It's drop by drop with a spatula." They don't actually get how it looks, but this is how. Also, if you make a mistake, you can't really correct it. The wood absorbs all of this mixture, and then if you go on top and add another drop, it expands. This is the reason why I use this wood as well, MDF wood. Time to blow some of the bubbles away. Let's correct here a little bit. I think I dropped a drop. The cool part about this technique is that you can even make layers. You will see some of my art before it gets really dry after like 6 hours. You can continue and add layers on top. If you guys like this and you like watching, you can convince me to make another one. I'll show you the layer process as well. You could create a sunset. One of my paintings, it's called Sunset. It has layers on. I'd like to do that one. So now it's already starting to get thicker. So let's do the big form here. If you don't get it right in time, it starts being bumpy. It doesn't look smooth and nice. It's handmade, of course. It doesn't really matter. But you know, some people are very particular. Other people are approaching and telling me, why don't you do molds? I'm an artist. I don't like doing molds. I like exactly the way I do them. It's more interesting. It's more artistic. Why would anyone start doing molds? I don't get it. If you've got, I don't know, 10 orders for the same design, just sit down and do them. Each one is unique, irreplaceable. You see, you try to follow the lines, but you can't really get it right all the time, right? Beautiful. Are you enjoying this? I hope you do. I know I am. Impressions and questions later, please. I can't be looking right now. When I was in Greece on the islands, because I was working all day out, I had to make some of them on the street, of course, like as a live demonstration. That was fun. Here in US, there's not enough time. If I start making a piece, it has to dry, I will destroy it. So this is the only way that I can show you how to do it, or if you visit me at my workshop. Perfect. Of course, all the spillings and the bubbles that you see. Let's make a little bit of muscles to this beautiful lady. So later, all of this needs retouching. I have some drops, as you can see here everywhere. These have to go away. Let's see, where were we? Let's continue here. So my mixture now, it's starting to be really thick. I'm not going to have enough time to finish this design with this mixture, I guess. I'm going to do my best. Blowing a little bit. Don't want the bubbles in there. That's good. So for those of you who don't know how I got to do this, my uncle is a carpenter. So he was carving wood, handmade furniture, classic ones mostly. I loved the way the wood was carved, the embossed situation, so that stayed with me. Later on, when I realized I was talented, I was doing murals, I was painting on fabrics, I was doing everything I loved doing. But still, I wanted to create something of my own. I love metal. I love the relief impression, the 3D. So after I graduated from Graphic Art University and learned how to do these illustrated designs, one of them is the one you're looking at right now, not just painting and canvas. Then I went to work for a company with chemical products in it. I was creating the labels. So I met a very good friend of mine who was a chemist working in there, and asked him, how can I melt aluminum? Not silver, because it gets oxidized, it gets dark. Aluminum stays like this forever. Sorry, as I speak, can't concentrate here, so I'll let you enjoy for a bit, not to mess this painting up. There we go. Moving on. Of course, now it might seem easy, but believe me, it's not as easy as it looks. Finding the correct proportions to make this mixture is one thing. Directing it to create a design is another thing entirely. Beautiful. I love creating the curves and the complicated designs, even though sometimes simplicity is the best. I try making different designs so I can accommodate both. The thinner lines, as I was saying, difficult to make. There you go. Chin up. Fingertips. I'll get back to it later. Trying to drag it. Sometimes it's not as perfect as you wish it would be, according to my expectations. Every time you get better and better. Adding a little bit. Let's move over to the other hand. Almost done. This is the fun part I'm showing you now, which I love the most, to be honest. Creating the relief impression on wood. There are some more tricks to it, of course, but you don't need to know about all the secrets of this technique until I decide teaching it at some point. Let's create a concept here. Great. Almost done. And of course, now it has to stay put. Not move it at all for the next 24 hours. Then it becomes like stone, very hard. You cannot unstick it from wood. If you try to get it off wood, the wood comes off with it. Right here. Let me check it a little bit more. See if anything else, there's anything else I can add to it. Kind of correcting what I wanted to present. There you go. Perfect. And this is how it looks for now. Let me add a little bit more relief here. Great. When it's thin lines, you need to double pass on top of them at some point. minor details, but this is how it is. More here. You see, since I began and now, some parts were connected, some parts expanded a little bit. That's how this technique works. I hope you like it. I'm trying to move it a little bit so you get the whole part of it. Hopefully you can see it. Or her, now that she's created. Step by step, I'm going to do more lives to show you more of how this develops. Thank you for joining me. Let's see if there are any questions. Yes, I can see any questions. That's perfect. Hello, everyone. Thanks for watching. I'll show some more the next time. Enjoy your day. Bye-bye. And let me get you guys too.